Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today we are going to do a L2 setup on a remote server. So this is the tutorial for you guys. Let's go ahead. Let's click open L2. So as I am setting up L2 to show you guys how to set up L2 on a remote server, let's give that name. Now select the machine type. As you can see here, we are taking a C5A 4x large, that is recommended. So we're gonna take that dot 4x large. Okay, got this machine. Now I'll create a new key pair called maybe what I can give it to open L2 tutorial. So I'll create this. So as you can see, this is downloaded in the download file. I will need it later. Now we need to configure this to 1 TB as it says, around 1 TB GB3. So it's, yeah, that's the RAM. And now we can launch the instance. So our instance is ready. Cool. So that's one part of the task. Now here we need to do few other tasks. Let's scroll down here. Okay, so yeah, here is the instance that I have created. Now I will go into this and see networks. Okay, so this is the details, this is the public IP address. I need this to change the domain, and I need to change some inbound rules as well. So this is launch widget 11. So I'll go here in the security group, I'll go in the launch widget 11, I'll check this, and now I edit inbound rules. Here I need 80.443. So for this, for custom TCP I need 80. For HTTP, let's select HTTP. Now it's 00. Now for again I will go for HTTPS. It's 00. Now I'll need 3000 and 1000. So this will be 3000 and 1000. Save rules. So let's check once again. 22 we have 80.443, 3000, 1000, 80.443, 3000, 1000. Yeah, everything looks good. Now we are update the inbound rules. Now we need to check one more thing right here. Let's go to our instance. Let's go to instance running open L2. Now this is the public IP address. Now let's go to route 53. So this is for your domain. So I've already registered my hosted zone. I need to update. So as you can see right here, I have two hosted zone, and on this I'm going to use my domain internal.run protocol. This one, I'll go inside this. Now I will need to edit this record. So if you already have a domain, just edit this record and put the updated public IP4 address. This is public IP4 address. Updated it. Looks good. Yep, everything looks good out here. So I think those are the setup that you need to do for in the AWS point of view. So in setting up the AWS, you just need EC2 and route 53 and you are all good to go. Now we need to make it in local. Yep, so welcome back. Now we need to copy the command. Let's click on remote connect to host, add new SSH host. We're going to enter this and the file and the path. So basically you just need to copy the path of this open L2 tutorial.pem, whatever the PEM file that you have for your key pair. Just need to copy paste this path and then go ahead. We're gonna do enter. We will do user. So from here, host added. Now click on connect. It should work. It should work. Yep, it's working. Now you can see that we are connected to our virtual machine. Yep, you can see Ubuntu IP. This is the private IP that will be coming up here. You can re-verify, but yeah, it's working for me. Now I will go ahead and do all these steps. I just don't need this window. Let's copy paste these things. Copy paste. I'm gonna remove my face to here. Now I'm gonna do this again, copy paste. It's a very easy job, guys. Just copy and paste things, and again copy paste. Ooh, oh my god, we have done so many copy pastes. Let's after this we're gonna install docker compose. This is very important command. This is gonna be used everywhere. TTT. Now let's install Solana. Solana might occur your problem. You might need to reinstall Solana within your Docker once again. Maybe later on when there might be some errors like Solana command not found, but don't panic. This Solana version. Yeah, Solana is installed. Let's copy this and mod logout. Okay, now we have already done all these steps where you open 80, 443, 3000, 1000 previously. So in terms of a Route 53 and EC2 instance on the dashboard of AWS, everything is sorted. Now we're gonna do our own work right here. So we just need to obtain certificates. We just need to copy paste these commands. We will get this command right here. And I'm gonna copy paste here. I'm gonna put my email. So here you need to put your email address and your domain, whatever you're using. So yep, it's gonna download. Now after this, it's test.internal for me, as you've seen previously. Then just verify that full chain.pem file and private key.pem file are on the same location. So for that you just need to copy paste command this one and replace this with your own domain name. Yep, as you can see, full chain.pem and priv key are on the same location. Now let's choose a chain ID. So for this we will check later. So we need to check a chain ID for our particular chain where we're going to deploy our L2 stack on the remote server. So let's clone the ROM repos. This will give you the ROM setup file, which basically the entire file that we need to work out. I think for this I need to use sudo to actually use them. So it might sometimes occur some problems, so for permissions and all. So yeah, you can use sudo docker pull and all these images. Basically, yeah, this will work for you. This might take a while. All the images are downloaded. Now let's register the L2 using the ROM UI. So then devnet, I'm gonna select a chain ID, which is 678678. That's it. My name is Arpan, everybody. ARPAN. My email is arpan @protocol. Twitter name is arpan Rome. Telegram is arpan Rome. Spam, guys, spam. My Discord is also same. So it's easier to it's arpan for helping you guys. 678. So make sure you note the chain ID. Chain ID 678678. So yeah, it's registered. So once you registered, we can check also on the back end. So if you are doing registration, you can confirm with our team as well. So this is done. Give me a second. Okay, let's go back to the docs. Now let's initialize our L2. this is the CD-ROM setup. Now we are going to set environment variables. It's confirmed. Now let's generate Solana key pair. So this will generate you Solana, Rhea and Proxy key pairs. All these are generated. Now we're gonna do airdrop of one SOL each of this. It's done. Second one, beautiful, it's done. Now let's generate the JWT secret. Let's copy paste this. We're gonna need this, so you're gonna need the chain ID, you're gonna need the JWT secret and the Solana slot. So these are the three things that you need while you are doing the setup. This is your Solana slot. Make sure you have taken this. So you need three things: chain ID, Solana slot, and the OpenSSL, basically the JWT secret. So these things you're gonna need. And now while copying this, make sure you replace the here with your own domain name, and that's it. So just you need to replace your own domain and with this command while copying the NGINX certificate. So as you can see, I've taken test.internal.rome protocol.xyz, so I replace that. So make sure you have those. Now we are going to go to Docker Compose. Let's do code. Should open. So trust you. Now what is saying? Saying that we need to update Docker Compose.yaml file. Let's update that. We are in Docker file. We have the chain ID. So our chain ID is 678678. Now we need to update the JWT secret. We have taken and pasted it on our notepad. So just copy and paste it. And anything else? No, the chain ID and the JWT secret. That's it. Now we are going to save. What it's saying, if you're setting up L2 on a remote server, then uncomment the Rome NGINX container in Rome Docker Compose YAML. Otherwise, okay. So as we are doing the remote server, we need to uncomment the entire part. Fine. Make sure this file structure is totally correct. Now we're gonna go to the Rhea config file that you will find under CFG. You will see Rhea config. You need to update the chain ID. I think you need to add the Solana slot as well. Here. No, we don't need that. 678678. Now we need to update the program ID is fine. We need to get the node 3, this one. Copy this and replace this. That's done. Now Hercules config. For Hercules, let's go here. Let's remove the Solana slot. We have copy pasted and save it. So we know the slot. We're gonna copy and paste. What we need to update provider. So this is the provider link. Copy and replace this. Chain ID replace 678. Anything else? JWT secret, yes. JWT secret we know, we have saved it. So in the first section, so we have updated the start slot, we have updated the provider link, we have updated the chain ID, we have updated the JWT secret. So Hercules is done. Let's go to proxy. For proxy config, we have the chain ID. We're gonna replace it to our chain ID. Then we're gonna replace this. It should come via tab, but I don't trust. Sometime and check 213. Yeah, 2497. Yeah, it's correct. RPC URL. This should also be catched up. Tab done. So these are the three things: start slot, chain ID, RPC URL. Everything is updated. Yeah, fine. Now what it's telling, go to depository config and update this file. Rome setup docker. Okay, we're gonna go to depository. We're gonna go to chains and we're going to update this. Chain ID is We have updated the chain ID. Next, ROM setup repository env specify next public URL where we are going. Okay, so this is the node 3. We want to replace this one. Just update this too. Just and save. This is saved. Yep, everything is saved. The file is saved. Docker compose mode. Ta-da! This is very easy. So just click this and it will automatically spin up. Okay. Now here is a catch. Do sudo and do it. Yep. Now everything is working fine. It's getting all the images, starting all the services. Or if you do it manually, you can do it one by one. So, but you need to follow the sequential order. First Postgres, then migration, then light client, Geth, Rhea, then Hercules, then depository Y, then Nginx. That's it. So you can do the Docker compose down and Docker compose up and check it. But yeah, it's fine for me. I'll skip those things. Yeah, this entire process, once you run Docker compose up -d, it usually takes around close to 2 minutes, and everything starts working after that. So once this is done, we are going to set up the block explorer, and we are able to see everything is working fine for on I think 1000. So our domain :1000. So that's gonna be our thing. Now let's download the ROM Scout. Yep, this is done. Let's go to this inside Docker compose of ROM Scout and enforce some variable. This is done. Now we need to again for this mkdir start the SSL file, right? Yeah. For this, make sure you replace this with your own domain name as I have done it. Just make sure you have all this. So if you are running L2, now make sure, let's go this and read this out. If you are running your L2 on a remote server, replace the domain name in two files, service/nginx1.yaml. Let's go to service. Inside this, you will find Docker compose. Inside this, you will have nginx file. So this is the, as you can see, all these files are right here. Under env, you need to update common frontend 1. I think, yeah, env common frontend 1. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go rename the test. Whatever the domain you have, just replace that. We're gonna replace here test. Give the name test. And this is the chain ID 678678. Anything else? Yep. Test and here. I think that's all that you need to update right here. Everything looks good. Yep. Here just update the test, and I think you are good to go. Yep, I think that's it. And update the front end env file, chain ID, name, currency, logo, and color. So you can pick your own color. So this is env control frontend 1. I think I've already done all the things. Now I've already updated this file as well to this domain. Now and this here to all that updates. Test, updating your domain. Yeah. Everything is done. Now let's run commands. Let's clear this. sudo rm, so it's going to remove all the previous stuff. And now let's do sudo again so that it doesn't show an issue. Now we're going to replace this domain with our domain, which is the test.internal. Once this is done, we will be able to see that it is working on test.internal, the run protocol .xyz. It's back gateway. This should come. Yep, everything is working fine. Now we're gonna do a transaction and test. So make sure just reload once again if the screen appears, and our thing is working. Now let's test our back to the video. Now we are going to set up our custom network on our MetaMask. As you can see, I've given the name test. There is our RPC link that you can see, our custom domain. Now you can see the currency test, whatever, and the explorer at 1000. So you're gonna save it. So test is successfully added. So right here, it's connecting. Okay. So now we need to fund our wallet. How we can do it? We can do using room deposit UI. Let's go to new window. For this, as you can see, it's mentioned that airdrop sold to your Solana wallet, obtain RSOL by depositing SOL with UI. Add your L2 to your deposit UI, down the on the top right. If you are setting up a remote server, message us on Discord. So let's say you want to add your custom network to us, just DM us via Discord or anywhere. Just raise a ticket. I'll provide more details on this, and you can directly contact us, and we will to manually add your custom network over here. As you can see, once this screen will appear, you can see you need to add your custom network over here. Now let's update this. So now let's take a scenario that you have done a request to us that you have tell us to update the chain ID, your custom network to here. So now we in backend, we're gonna take like 2 minutes for you to spin up that. Yep, so our backend process is complete. Now we just need to refresh this, and you will to see your custom chain ID over here, which is 678678. Now this page reappears, and you can see your chain ID appears 678678. So we need to have just add like two RSOL, maybe connect L2 wallet, MetaMask, and you want to connect to our test. So yep, now let's do a transfer. Okay, let's add password. So just confirm this anyway. Confirm. This will be transferred, and you can see this transaction in the Explorer as well. Yep, now you see that we have done a transaction. See that here. Now let's do a transaction on Remix using your wallet. Let's do a simple thing. We're gonna do ERC20, easy thing. Love my token. Let's compile this. Compile, let's deploy onto our L2 network. So this will be injected through our MetaMask, and this will be our test token. This will be our test. As you can see, 47, yeah, it's correct. Let's deploy. Gonna take some RSOL. Confirm. Yep. Now let's test it. I'm gonna see a contract creation. Yep, we have seen that 13 seconds before. We have seen a contract. You can see the hash of these transactions. This is transaction hash. Yep. It's created. So that was the video where we have seen that we have created our custom domain for our Explorer, as well as we have created a L2 stack setup on a remote server. Thank you so much. That was it.